Hello there everyone, my name is Clink, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Today we are finally jumping into Great Bay Temple after a somewhat disorganized run through Great Bay, and just kind of bouncing all over the place, but yeah, we're just gonna jump straight into things. It's 8 a.m. on the final day, so the goal is to be out of this dungeon by the evening. This is a pretty long dungeon, it can be very confusing, but we're gonna do it all just fine. Love how the Gerudo pirates just get swept away like that. Yeah, here we are, Great Bay Temple. This is gonna be fun. So, I absolutely love Great Bay Temple. This is one of my favorite dungeons in the entire Zelda series. I think this is the best water dungeon in the series. I think there's a whole lot to love about this dungeon. The first thing I want to point out, you can pick up a fairy here. It's in one of the crates right here, if I can not jump on them. So we're gonna go ahead and grab it. No, Link. There it is. So, just to have it as reassurance. Next up is our first stray fairy, so I should probably unequip the bunny hood and equip the Great Fairy's mask, because we are of course going to be collecting 15 more stray fairies here. If you have a Deku stick, this part can go a little faster, but I do not, so we are going to be consuming some magic and shooting some torches. So there is your first stray fairy of the dungeon. We'll go ahead and grab that to really get going. But yeah, this dungeon is big, it is complicated, there's a lot to keep track of. It is a behemoth of a dungeon, so you just have to be ready to go. It all revolves around this water wheel and the flow of water, but as long as you are keeping track of that water flow, you will get through this dungeon just fine. Stray fairy number 2, just right there. We'll go on ahead and return to the surface and ride this platform up if I can get on in time. I hate these platforms. It's fine, we can use this one instead. Because what we're gonna do is equip the bow and the Great Fairy's mask once again, because the other stray fairy in this room is in that Skulltula right there. So go on ahead and shoot it down, and we can just shoot these other ones, because why not? And the main thing to worry about is these right here. So you'll notice the water is flowing into these parts, so this is controlling the water wheel. Will deactivate that later on in the dungeon, but what you want to be worrying about is a lot of these valves that look like fish. You want to make sure they're pointing, because you can see the water flowing in here, but it's not flowing out, so this is stopping that water flow. We want to push it forward so that this water spout will actually do something for us, and that is pretty much this dungeon's entire core mechanic, is manipulating the flow of water like this. Because this water wheel is spinning this way, eventually we're going to have it spinning the opposite direction to change the flow of the current. I always do that. That's why I don't like this part of the dungeon. It's like just this room is the only part that annoys the ever-living crap out of me. But that's why I actually kind of like to take off the Zora mask. I feel like you just jump too far as a Zora for some of these. But, let's see if I can't. Oh, perfect. Okay. So, next room. Because our goal is to get to that over there, which we're going to need the water flowing properly to do. I get it. That huge water wheel is powering this thing. So, 2 stray fairies to take care of here. First up on the left in the barrel is going to be our first one. So just roll into that, and there's our third stray fairy, and our next one is all the way at the bottom. You can't actually see it from here. It is in that pot. Very, very difficult to actually see him. Come on. You just have to give this one a minute to actually come all the way up to you, but it'll get here eventually. I'll actually just go ahead and drop down. Not anything we can do on the surface yet because we need to be able to get rid of that water there. So that is our first major goal. So you just want to go into one of the pathways here. It doesn't matter which one for now. I don't think we can get up there. You will need a certain item later on for that. But I am going to go on ahead and... Actually, I'll just leave these for now. Because what we really want to do is go down this way. These hands are really funny, but we're just going to swim right past them. Go on ahead, kill these Biodecubabas, because screw them. And our next stray fairy is actually right over here, so... what you want to do is use the boomerangs to knock him down. And then kill him. Die. I believe that is stray fairy number 5. Right, yeah, this is number 5. So we're doing good so far. If I can... Or no, this is 6, right? Yeah, okay. So, 7's gonna be in the next room here. And one thing I actually want to make sure I do is do that. Because I think I had deactivated the mini-map. Kind of useless when we don't have the dungeon map right now, but the dungeon map's right here anyway, so I want to go on ahead and grab it. Might get knocked off by the real bomb chew there. There is a neat little trick you can actually do in this room. Oh, this is the compass, not the dungeon map. I think the dungeon map was in the room, the previous room. So that's the boss key right there. I'm pretty sure it's not that you jump onto this. It's like when you when you put the Zora mask on, for some reason you can like drop down and use that to your advantage to clip onto that. But I'm not gonna take advantage of that. We'll do it the proper way. But something to point out, next stray fairy is in this pot here. You can try to destroy this with the Zora if you want to, but this is a much more guaranteed way to get it. But we'll be back in this room later on. For now, let's just grab the small key in this chest. Pretty sure this is a small key. Yeah, so we'll go on ahead and get that. And we can make our merry way along here, because you can't dolphin jump up there, you just can't do it. So once you have the small key, you are good to go and make your way back to the center water wheel room, where we can go down this path. And this is where we're going to continue manipulating the flow of water here in a bit, because what we can do is come up here and walk along these pipes. So this is where we're going to be needing our key. It's right here, another real bomb shoot. I forgot that those knock you backwards like that. I always forget about that. So we're just gonna go up and keep on moving. One thing you do want to make sure you do is, well, we'll have to do it afterwards, but this is going to activate the red pipe. We're gonna get the dungeon item up here, so let's go on ahead and get some resources from this room before we head in. I do believe that this is the fight against Wart, I believe. So come in here, look up, and hey, buddy. So yeah, this is Wart, a mini-boss. Kind of similar to Argus in Link to the Past, where it's just a big eyeball thing, and sorry, the cutscenes are so weird in this game. My recommendation is to just do spin attacks to knock these eyeballs off. You can also use the blast mask and bombs to take care of them fairly quickly. In fact, I do have a decent amount of bombs, so we'll show that strategy. And just keep on throwing them. Knocks them down, and you can just start doing spin attacks. What you really want to be doing is shooting the eyeball to deal damage, but to do that you need to clear out enough of the smaller little bubbles first. So it can be a bit of a pain. Like, if I try to shoot now, I'm probably not gonna hit him. Yeah, see, we're just wasting arrows, really. But you can continue trying to knock off plenty of things, and eventually you'll get some hits in on Wart himself. Let's see, that should be a good hit, yeah. Eventually what's going to happen after a couple shots is Wart will start moving around, kind of like Argus, like zooming around. And you don't really have to focus on trying to get past all these. There we go. Just like this. So we can start just spamming spin attacks, and eventually we'll just hit Wart. Probably get hit a couple times in the process, but that's fine. It's pretty easy. You do have to just kind of make sure you have the health to handle it, though. The Wart's probably going to come directly to me, so we're just going to do a spin attack. Get the hit off. Oh no, I mustn't. Guess I didn't hit him. There we go. That'll finish off Wart here. So, not too bad of a mini-boss. And we can get the dungeon item, which is great. So, here we go. The ice arrow. Yeah, just another arrow, but I actually have to tend to something real fast. Okay, we're all good. So, now that we have the ice arrows, we can do a couple of things in this dungeon. Namely, we can make ice platforms, and that will allow us to get to areas we could not get to before. So, first things first is we need to actually activate the red pipe here. So go on ahead and equip your ice arrows. And what we can make platforms out of is actually these Octoroks here. We can use them to get to higher ground. So that is the very first thing that we will take care of with them. Bonk. And we can just jump up here and move this along. So the one thing, and this is the point in the dungeon where you can really screw yourself over, because if you mess up the water wheel stuff, you'll have to go back to the first room and change the flow of the water wheel. And if you play your cards right, you only have to do this once in the whole dungeon. But this is the easiest part to mess that up on a first playthrough, because you won't know that you have to go do this. We're actually going to go back into the first path we went down. So it is up here. And we need to actually manipulate some of the water flow in here a bit more. Because now that we actually have the ice arrows, we can take care of this room, which this room is just a big pain in the butt to me. I hate this room. I'm so bad at it. Which this room also has a stray fairy. I do believe it is in that pot, yeah. So we'll go ahead and get that, and this is the dungeon map that we can now easily reach, since we can just make whatever platforms we want. So go on ahead and do this. Yeah, there we go. Dungeon map. And I thought so. So if I can do this correctly, I'll put an ice platform in the water. I'm really bad at making these ice platforms. There we go. So this is the whole map of the dungeon. It's like you would think the dungeon's a lot bigger than this, but it's still very confusing. So we're gonna go ahead and place another platform there, and I think that I'm fine. Yeah, we can jump all the way over there. So we want to enter this room so that we can manipulate the water flow here to keep it going. This is the easiest spot to not get to. So we want to climb and get up. No, I want to climb and jump over there, not the other way. So we'll go on ahead and push this back. And then you just want to remember this. You don't want to forget to go and get the boss key, because we can actually go and get that now. So head down here now that we've got the red pipe going some more, and we can go back to this room over here. So this was the hallway with the Biodecubabas. We'll just jump up here. And yeah, we can actually go over there, so we need to do that. Very, very easy to forget about. So make your ice platforms and just keep going. In the 3DS version, I should also mention, you can't make platforms wherever you want. There's specific spots that'll shimmer where you do it. This is a pretty big contention point for a lot of people. I gotta be honest, I don't really play around with ice arrows that much anyway, so I never really cared, but it's kind of a dumb change, really. You are gonna want the ice arrows for this next room, by the way, because we're gonna fight the other gecko frog. So this is the reason I kind of wanted to do this dungeon in the same cycle as the Snowhead Temple, because of the fact that you have to fight 2 gecko frogs, or there's one to fight in this dungeon, so you'd have to go and fight Goat again, so you could make it spring, and then you could go to all the different frogs and whatnot. So once he's on the ceiling, go on ahead and freeze him, and then the moment he comes out, you want to try to get a shot off, because it's kind of hard to hit him sometimes. We'll just take our shot now. And you just have to repeat this process several times. You can get him before he ever comes back down. I recommend just waiting. It's a little bit easier that way. Because if he's not all the way at the top, then this won't shatter into a million pieces like you need it to. There we go. And we can go on ahead and grab some jars to replenish our magic and our arrows and whatnot. Ah, that was close. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I think one more hit and we're good, I'm hoping. Yeah, there's a lot of mini bosses in this dungeon. There's actually 3. So a lot of fun combat here. There we go. He's dead. Not a big surprise. And we can go on ahead and grab the boss key from here. So, and how many stray fairies am I at? 8? Alright, we're still on a good track. So yeah, boss key can be very easy to forget about. You don't want to forget about the boss key. But now that we've done this, we could go and change the water flow if we want to. We can deal with all the other rooms, but there's a few things that we'll have to do before that. Or you don't have to, but I'm going to. So let's go back into here, and I want to make sure that everything's flowing. It doesn't look like it. Did I forget about something? No, it's flowing. I just couldn't see it. So we want to go all the way up to the top here, and we're going to deal with this at this point. So you can see the water wheel spinning around like this. And now that we have the ice arrows, we can actually freeze that there and move on. So just jump onto this, and we can head onto this platform and freeze it. Hooray! Okay, good. And I think I'm gonna try to knock out this room today so that we can just do the little remaining bits of the dungeon, which this is a terrible final room for me to try to do because I am awful at this room, and I mean awful, awful, awful. In my long play, I had to make a cut because it took me so long to do this room. So let's go on ahead and get rid of this guy, because what we need to do is actually pull out the hook shot, because there's a stray fairy in this room to pick up. So we want to place a platform as far over as we can. Jump over here. Okay, I don't think I got it far enough. I need to get another one created before this one disappears on me. Okay, we're good. Now this Tektite's gonna be the issue. Yeah, see, this is why I'm bad at this room. So you know what, I'm gonna kill this Tektite and then we'll be right back. Okay, now that the Tektites are exterminated, we can actually hopefully do this properly. Nope, okay. Just gonna keep on moving along. But yeah, I haven't mentioned, I really like the whole like steampunk aesthetic of this dungeon. I think it's really well themed, but there's a grapple point up here, and this will net us Great Fairy, or not Great Fairy, Stray Fairy number 9. So go on ahead, snag that. And then what we can do is we can just cheese this a little bit by trying to jump down directly onto it. I think actually, yeah, you can just do it from right here. So do that, and this will activate the green pipe, which the green pipe is the one that's going to take us all the way to the boss. So we kind of have to do this to actually move forward. And now we make our way back to the start of the dungeon and fail to do a dolphin jump, because of course I would do that. But yeah, that is about everything that I wanted to actually get done in this video. So what we'll do is just make our grand return to the entrance. And I will end this video here and see you guys next time, where we'll finish up Great Bay Temple. Bye-bye.